How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here, welcoming you to the Pitt Panthers Football Network as your Pitt Panthers take on ACC rival Virginia Tech here in a very rainy condition at Heinz Field. The Panthers, in just their second conference game, looking to pick up their first conference win and improve to 5-1 and improve on their rank of 16 in the nation, whereas Virginia Tech looking to get back on track. They're just 1-2 in ACC play, 3-3 overall on the season, and they have not won at Heinz Field, or in Pittsburgh, I should say, since 1999, which is even before Heinz Field had its inception here. If you take a look, Virginia Tech's defense is stout. First pass defense in the country, second overall, 10th best defense versus the third best scoring offense, 7th best overall offense in the country in Pitt. So things get underway here. Evans looks very solid here early on, but unfortunately for him and great for the Panthers, Avonte Maddox is able to make a great interception. If it's an on-point throw from Evans, it would have been a huge gain, but it's a little underthrown. Avonte Maddox keeps his head on a swivel and picks up the ball, and on their ensuing drive, the Panthers get the ball off to James Conner here, just dips and dives, weaves his way forward for a big 3rd and 8 conversion. Another 3rd and 8 coming up just 2 plays later here. Peterman rolls out, throws it to Quadri Henderson on the run, who gets forward and dives for a 9-yard gain to get that first down. Another 3rd down now for the Panthers, their next set of downs. Peterman, he goes back on play action, finds George Aston running a wheel route, and he just gets the first down. Unfortunately, the Panthers weren't able to convert on a 3rd down following that and do have to settle for a Chris Blewett field goal, but they strike first and take a 3-0 lead. Ensuing Virginia Tech drive here, Gerard Evans does very well, but he's brought down by Damar Hamlin in tandem with Jordan Whitehead. Hamlin has been a big surprise for the Panthers. He's been an impact player, there's no doubt about that. And Quadri Henderson puts 2 players on skates. He jukes them out of their skins. Nothing comes of it on the Panthers drive, but we just wanted to show you that highlight because it was unbelievable. Evans then on the next Virginia Tech drive, leading them forward, finds Isaiah Ford with a good pass. Then he finds his other big target, Bucky Hodges, 2 guys that have really killed the Panthers in recent years, and seniors as well, so thankfully they will be gone in the future. But Juan Price and Tyreek Jarrett, coupled with pressure from Hamlin, are able to get to Evans and force Virginia Tech into a punt. But few drives later here, they get on the ball again, and Juan Price, I can't say enough about the Panthers defensive ends, especially Juan Price, one of the best in the country, and he's able to get great pressure here and take down Evans and force them into yet another 4th down. Really shocking at how low the scoring is so far from this high-powered Panthers offense, but they're trying to compete against that Virginia Tech defense, and finally the Panthers have struck Jester Weah with a 43-yard touchdown reception. That's honestly the first deep ball I think the Panthers have really converted all season. Peterman on the play action, drops back, sees Weah going deep, and he's able to just loft it up there and let the 6'3" receiver come down with it. Great catch by Weah, and the Panthers take a 10-0 advantage. But Gerard Evans, not to be outdone. We know what kind of quality he has, both throwing and running the football. He's really a solid dual threat, big bruising quarterback, to be honest. Reminiscent of, I don't know, like a Culpepper or something of that ilk. Not as big as Dante, but the same style. And 2 beautiful read option plays by Evans give Virginia Tech huge chunks of yards, and then he's able to hand the ball off to McMillan, and he gets down the field, beats Ryan Lewis, who just takes a horrible angle to the man, and it's a 21-yard touchdown run for Trayvon McMillan, and he's in the end zone, and Virginia Tech's cut the Panthers lead to 3. Then on their next drive, Gerard Evans again running that read option to absolute perfection, and he's able to get into Panther territory with a great run. 2nd and 10 now from about the 30-yard line. Evans drops back to pass. He beats Ryan Lewis, finds Isaiah Ford, one of the best receivers in the country. 23-yard reception. And then on 1st and goal, the next play, that read option comes back to bite the Panthers again. It's absolutely destroying them. Just some poor decision making by the players here to not sit down knowing that read option's a possibility. And Evans is able to run into the end zone and give Virginia Tech a 14-10 lead. And Virginia Tech, they were really sealing off the edge on Quadri Henderson. Unfortunately, with 30 seconds left in the second quarter, you see Quadri Henderson goes down with a shoulder injury. It wouldn't be anything that's going to keep him out of future games, but he would miss the remainder of this game. So can the Panthers counter with one of their biggest, if not their biggest playmaker and real, X factor on the sidelines? Well, Maurice French is fantastic and makes an unbelievable catch and run, and then follows it up. Nate Peterman puts this pass on a dime What a throw to Aaron Matthews. 37-yard catch, and the Panthers get down the field. Peterman then on 3rd and goal throws it to Weah, and somehow he does not get his feet down. You take a look at this play, and he doesn't get it's like he hovered in midair. It's absolutely absurd. He even looked like he got his heel down, but they don't rule him inbounds. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they have to settle for a Chris Blewett field goal, but it does stem the bleeding and get them back within 1 as we head into halftime. So really the key for the Panthers going into the second half is they're going to have to shut down that read option attack from Gerard Evans. They're not giving up a ton of plays through the air, to be honest. Only 104 passing yards against, which is better for them than usual, and they have to get that ground game going. James Conner has not gotten anything going in this game just yet, but Peterman, 148 yards through the air, has kept them in the game. There's no doubt about that. If they can get a few more big plays, then, they could be in it, but without Quadri Henderson, where will those big plays come from? Hopefully the likes of Aaron Matthews and Maurice French can keep stepping up. We go into the second half now. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rodgers takes a handoff from Gerard Evans, and he just rumbles forward, the big running back for about 20 yards, and Virginia Tech eventually is into Panthers territory, but only a 4-yard catch by Rodgers. They're forced to settle for a field goal, 4th and 3, and unfortunately the kicker pulls the field goal attempt to the left, and they do not advance their lead at all. It remains a single point as he hooks that field goal just to the left of the uprights, and the Panthers escape with no damage at all. And then James Conner here, we talked that the Panthers needed to get the running game going in the second half here. 20-yard carry, probably 17 or 18 of those yards came after contact, and then just a few plays later, Peterman hands the ball off to Conner again, and he chunks the Virginia Tech defense for about 25 yards. So 45 yards on just 2 carries there. James Conner's finally come alive, and the Panthers retake the lead as George Aston gets into the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown run. The big fullback is a touchdown machine. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And with only a 5-point lead, the Panthers decide, hey, we need to go for 2 here. Peterman rolls out. He finds Aaron Matthews. We talked about him. That's a freshman making a big-time play there. Peterman rolling out again here as the Panthers retake the ball early on in the fourth quarter. Peterman rolls out, does very well to scramble when nobody's open, and gets a first down. Just a few plays later on the drive, it's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They hand off to James Conner, and he's in the end zone for the score. The Panthers take a 2-touchdown lead, and things are all but sealed up. This Panthers defense, if we focus in on them, 10 quarterback hurries, 5 sacks on Gerard Evans. So they've been relentlessly applying the pressure. We talked about the ends, DeMar Hamlin applying pressure. The Panthers have blitzes coming from everywhere. They like to play basically an entirely manned strategy, which means they have to then dial up the blitzes to try and shut down, and give Evans less time in the pocket. But minute 24 left. Virginia Tech furiously trying to mount a comeback from about midfield. Evans decides to go deep, and Avonte Maddox seals the deal for the Panthers with his 2nd interception of the night. He just goes up and gets it. That's what you got to do if you're a cornerback. You got to turn around, find the ball. He does. He pinpoints it. It's not a great throw from Evans. Poor, positioning from the Tech receiver as well. He doesn't box out his man. And Maddox comes down with the ball, and the Panthers would run out the clock and seal their victory. So a 28-14 win from the Pitt Panthers. Avonte Maddox, 4 tackles and 2 picks. Huge game from him. And really, it was a great game all around. The offense wasn't spectacular, but came alive in the second half when they needed to. And the defense, I'll tell you what, put up a stellar performance, holding Evans to only about 200 yards passing, which is arguably their best performance of the year, which is kind of sad to say for that pass defense. But they did what they needed to do, and your Panthers improved to 5-1 on the season. So as always, guys, stick around for the statistics. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll get you that NCAA recap in the next episode. But thank you so much for watching, guys, on your home of the Pitt Panthers Football Network. This is Moose signing out. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.